Hello friends, not a Snapfire main anymore because he doesn't like losing here, bringing you another Dota 2 video on behalf of Dota Alchemy. In this video, we're going to talk about the 4 most broken heroes in patch 7.23 so far. Number 1, Lone Druid. This hero is probably the most buffed hero of 7.23. He currently has seen a 9% win rate increase since the patch. And keep in mind, that's in a pub environment where people haven't really figured out what the best way to play the hero is. The list of buffs to this hero reads like a goddamn Harry Potter book. There is just too much to read. The gist is, the bear now gets all of the abilities at level 1, including Entangling Claws, and both the hero and the bear use the Fear ability anytime you use it on either of them. The Shared Lifesteal is now a passive ability, and the Lone Druid ultimate now has a cooldown and gives the hero all of the bear abilities plus a bunch of HP. These are ridiculous changes. Don't get me wrong. But the best thing about Lone Druid right now is that he has 12 slots. There are straight up way too many items dropping from neutral creeps right now, and if you have a Lone Druid on your team, he can essentially be a garbage disposal for all items that can't find slots on other heroes. And from the pubs that I've played so far, there are countless items that are usually just sitting in Fountain, not because they aren't good, but it's simply because people don't have slots for them, and that is where Lone Druid comes in. Number 2, Lycan. The first big change to Lycan in 7.23 is that Howl was reworked. It now reduces armor and base damage on enemies in a 2000 AoE of you and your wolves, instead of giving your teammates and your units attack speed, armor, and regen. This realistically seems like a bit of a side grade. I think that it's probably an upgrade, but the verdict is still out, and the reason it could possibly be a side grade is because Howl used to be good before the rework. But this new Howl possibly makes Lycan a stronger offlaner. On top of this, his Ags was reworked. It now gives the ability to grant a teammate Shapeshift and 30% shared lifesteal with you. Shapeshift, for God's sakes. Imagine an anti-mage running around shapeshifted. This is an absolutely insane Ags upgrade, which also makes offlane Lycan possibly more viable, because then you can shapeshift a carry. The most important reason, though, that Lycan is a beast is that Lycan's playstyle is just amazing for this patch. At 5 minutes, he's a really fast jungler, and he usually wants to go jungle even before the changes to the jungle, because jungling is generally faster than laning in terms of farm, and you would be able to give your support the lane that way. And then you just jungle and be really safe and wait for shapeshift and kill somebody with shapeshift and then jungle. Lycan has always been this hero that has a very linear way of playing the game. So basically the strat on this hero is lane until 5 minutes, use the ulti to fight and get towers, jungle and get the free items that now drop from neutrals, use ulti to fight, jungle and get free items, rinse and repeat. Finally, because Lycan doesn't need boots, you get an extra slot for items. And this is in a meta where people are running out of slots. Number 3, Razor. Razor, like these other heroes, has received a Harry Potterian amount of buffs in 7.23. Now, his static link automatically attacks the target that it's being used on for the duration of the suck, and the attack is based off of Razor's attack speed. So you get that 25 talent for a massive amount of attack speed, and you're basically going to kill anybody from full HP. From what I've seen in pubs, if you press R and static link on one hero, they will almost certainly die to you if the enemy team doesn't try everything to disable you. On top of this, his aura was changed to now give move speed to allies, and the passive AoE nuke component to that ability was added to the ultimate. Before, you had to choose between a farming build and a fighting build on Razor, but because of the changes, you can now go 4-4-1-1 and you're able to do both. Razor, of course, due to his Q and his ultimate ability, is able to farm jungle incredibly quickly, and any hero that can do that in this patch will naturally be extremely successful due to the importance of the items that drop from the jungle neutrals. Number 4, Batrider. In patch 7.23, Batrider's Flame Break was buffed massively, and this is understandable considering the ability was borderline useless, even when Batrider was considered incredibly strong. The buffs increased the projectile speed, increased the AoE, changed the knockback distance to always knockback by 300, and most importantly, it was given impact damage. This means that it can now be used to cancel things such as Blink Dagger and Monkey King's Tree Jump instantly. This change makes Batrider capable of ganking heroes outside of having lasso, and this has not been within his capabilities for so many patches now. Unfortunately, Firefly was nerfed to no longer give flying vision, but now it gives plus 800 day and night vision. This, in my opinion, is a buff, because Batrider had nerfed day vision in the past, and his night vision is normal, and most heroes have bad night vision. So you basically needed to lasso people by flying over trees, or by already having vision of heroes and using a smoke. Now he's not useless during the day because of his crappy night vision, and during the night he is one of the fiercest gankers in the game. On top of this, Sticky Napalm was buffed to have no cast point, and doesn't require turning while cast. This is probably the change that people are focused on the most with Batrider. So the move slow per stack was reduced slightly, but before this change, a lot of heroes could simply run away from a fire-flying Batrider. I can't count the amount of times that this happened, where you would be trying to chase them and stay on top of them with a Firefly, and you cast Sticky Napalm, they get in front of you, and then you can't catch up to them, and they get away. Now, you basically have to keep your distance from Batrider and give him free farm, or teleport away when he uses Firefly, because he is not going to lag behind anymore. Finally, Batrider is a hero who can stack jungle from 0 to 5 minutes, then clear massive stacks at 5 minutes, and farm a ludicrous amount of the new jungle items. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you've seen anything in your pubs that you think is absolutely broken that I didn't mention in this video, please make sure to leave a comment below. I'm interested to gather as much information as I can right now. This patch is fresh. I'm sure there's stuff that's really broken that people aren't doing. I'm sure there's stuff that probably isn't that great that people are doing. So if you've seen anything, please make sure to leave a comment. Anyway, I appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video.